When it comes to Bungie, your original Halo franchise has continued to live on through esports. Have you guys thought at all about esports as you developed the competitive multiplayer?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, our goal is to create a great game that's really fun. So that we're our own litmus test. We're sort of our own segment of players that we sort of think, hey, if we like it, if we think it's fun, then it'll resonate with other players. So we have a little dinky trophy that we pass around every weekend. We have a weekend champion who's crowned in our competitive multiplayer. We take it pretty seriously, and there's some guys that put an awful lot of time into competitive multiplayer, including some MLG players that are on staff now. So whether or not esports players take it up is really up to them. So like any other community endeavor, we look for them to sort of latch on and look for some ownership. And so if they do that, we'll be ready to support them.
What are your thoughts about how esports has exploded over the last few years in tandem with live streaming?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, having players share their experiences. We were at Paris Games Week last year, which was in October, and the crowds were nuts. They're super loud. Obviously, you saw the Dota 2 championships. It's super cool to see, and Twitch obviously coming online and being plugged into the consoles directly, letting players share not only esports but Let's Plays and their own unique experiences has been super awesome. We've always loved those experiences, so it's cool to see those ripple out and be very easy for players to use.
How does it impact you as developers knowing that exists now today versus in the old days it really wasn't as big?
Yeah, I mean, we had to develop a lot of that stuff internally before, right? And now knowing the platforms are going to support them and that they're social at their core gives us a leg up to go and think about what are some of the other things we might want to do. So it's cool. It's just really cool to have that really easy way for players to share their content.
Activision's been very active on the Call of Duty side with esports, giving away over $1 million for the last 3 years. We're also seeing now esports being played in soccer stadiums. Yeah. What are your thoughts about this convergence we're seeing between sports and video games?
It's just super cool to see. Games have historically been something you played in your basement. I think over the last 10 years we've seen them become mainstream and become popular, and so I think it's just inevitable for them to reach out and become broader and a bigger part of pop culture.
And speaking of pop culture, we've seen Halo evolve with live action. They're working on TV shows. How have you thought about this universe when it comes to beyond the video game?
I mean, first and foremost, we just wanted to establish a great universe that felt worthy of heroes, that had a rich lore all of its own. So we don't have any novels or media to announce today. It's something that we're interested in, both because it gives us a nice creative outlet. We get to work with cool partners when we do that kind of stuff. But also because we think the world is worthy of it, but we're definitely going to take it slow. So the game has got to come out first. It's got to be great. So that's all in our focus right now for September 9th.